Good evening, everyone. At about just after 6 p.m. tonight, we got a call from a family member stating that her brother had taken a bottle of pills and was suicidal, wanting to kill himself. She also told us that he had a long history of mental illness and was despaired over an issue that his wife had left him and some financial stress, I guess, that he was enduring. The deputies arrive at 8607 Misty River Court, where we believe it's his girlfriend. Opened up the door, said that he needed help. Apparently, before we got there, he said he didn't need help. The deputy is afforded the opportunity to enter the house, walks back to the back bedroom where he was told that this individual was located. As he turned the corner, the subject had a large knife, a chef's kitchen knife in his hand, held up over his head, and began charging the deputy. The deputy immediately began de-escalation techniques, pleading with the individual to drop the knife. As he retreated out of the bedroom, down the hallway, through the family room, outside of the house, through the yard, down the sidewalk, and into the neighbor's house, where he was finally forced to deploy deadly force to protect his own life. Again, the entire time pleading with this individual to drop the knife. The subject involved is Lenny Blaine Griffith. He's a white male with the date of birth of August 1st, 1971. Our deputy involved is Win Tran. He's been with the sheriff's office since 2016. He has no prior history, with the exception of a traffic crash that he was involved in. Again, I think that this is an opportune time, since we had been at the house for various calls, but we have been at this location 3 times. We didn't Baker Act the subject, but we were serving ex parte orders. And what that means is a family member went down and presented a case to a judge, and a judge issued a mandatory order for him to be taken into custody to undergo a mental health evaluation. So we had been at that house 3 times prior. I say that only because I don't know if I can say it enough, but everyone struggles. There are some of you may be struggling right now. If you're struggling, call 211. There is help available. And if you know someone who's struggling, or someone who has some type of mental health deficiency, take the time and make sure that individual's getting the help so we can avoid incidents like this. I'm begging you. I'm doing the pleading now. I'll take any questions at this time. Even though this is extremely preliminary, I certainly will try to answer any questions that I can. Yes, as he was holding the hand, and the person we believe to be the girlfriend described it to be something out of a horror film. As he was holding it up over his head, one of the large chef knives, the entire time as the deputies retreating, trying to deploy de-escalation techniques, imploring the subject to drop the knife the entire time. We believe that he retreated over 150 feet before, at that point, he finally felt that he was in fear for his life, had nowhere to go, and he had to deploy deadly force.
Had you guys been called out previously, other than maybe mental health related issues, any other crimes or domestic violence or anything to that nature outside of what you explained a moment ago?
There were some other calls for service error. I only grabbed these 3 because I knew they were of interest. But we do have some other calls. We can certainly make that available to you. I don't recall what exactly those were. The subject, not that it's relevant, does have a criminal history.
Sheriff, this is a difficult situation all the way around. I mean, everyone is hurting on both sides, and especially your deputy, because this is not something you guys try those de-escalation techniques, but you don't want to have to deploy deadly force. Can we talk about kind of the effects that this has on one of your guys throughout? This isn't just today. This is throughout their entire career that they'll feel this and think about this.
It makes an impact on a deputy whenever you have to use deadly force, whether it's justified, unjustified. It doesn't make a difference. This deputy had to make a split-second decision, tried everything in his power not to deploy deadly force, and now as an individual, even though this is a justified shooting, there's no doubt in my mind, has to live with this, that he took somebody's life tonight, and he has to live with that. And I guess I did leave that out, that he did succumb to his injuries a short time later at the hospital.
Did this man chase the deputy all the way into the neighbor's house?
Into the neighbor's front yard, yeah. Chased the deputy all the way to the front yard of the neighbor's house.
Do you know if he was saying anything at the time?
I don't know. Like I said, extremely preliminary at this time. Like I said, the only thing I can confirm is the girlfriend said this looked like something out of a horror film, the way he was chasing the deputy. And the deputy, we have other witnesses that said they heard numerous times the deputies pleading with the individual to drop the knife and stop charging towards him. Thank you, everyone.